What's up, insiders? In this video, we're gonna talk about best and worst roofing business models. I'm gonna give you 10 business models that I see taking place in the roofing industry in 2022, and you get to choose who to follow. Every business model comes with a persona behind it who represents that business model. I'm not trying to stab anyone. We're all different and we can learn from everyone. I will explain every business model and I will illustrate who represents that business model. It's springtime. You guys probably watching this video and you're trying to figure out what are you gonna do in 2022 for roofers. Now it's a slow season. This is the time where you sit down with a whiteboard and you come up with your business plan. And I recommend you need to know who's teaching what, who fits your character the best. Let's go. First model is very simple. It's tradesman model. In all trades, you have a group of guys who are just not willing to learn marketing, business side of things. In our circles in the last few years, when I think about guys who are tradesmen, who are stubborn to learn the business, would be someone like Kareem Hunter, who's teaching a lot of roofing crews how to be a better roofer. There's nothing wrong with it, but I always have this debate with those guys that installation and the trade itself, it's only 20% of your business. I know it does not sound fair. If you study the business, the trade portion of it is only 20, maybe 25% of any business. We cannot do it without tradesmen. No business can sustain itself if it does not have quality work and awesome process. With installation crews, you have to know your product, you have to know your process, you have to have good crews, but this is not the business. Those people think usually that anybody can sell, anyone can market, and usually they hate, bigger companies for abusing laborers. And my message to you is adapt to the market. You have to step out of your comfort zone and learn sales, know marketing, learn how to make your phone ring, learn something like accounting and bookkeeping and CRM, how to navigate in the business. Because unfortunately in business, installation and labor, the trade part, it's not very big. You have to know what you're doing, but you will never be truly successful unless you learn other things. Second business model in my book is the hustler. When I think about hustling business owners, that hustling guy, first who comes to my mind is Lee Haight. Obviously, over the years, we went back and forth many times. He likes to mention me in his videos and rip me apart. And I do every once in a while the same back to him. Recently, he was challenging me and my video about the best roofing size. And, I did make a video that $5 million is the best business size. And he went and mocked me at SVGs, asking question to the audience, would you rather have $10 million company or $5 million company? I started with nothing. I came to this country with $200 in my pocket and I built several businesses and I sold those businesses. I've been in the trades, I've never been fired. The hustler will hustle you for money. And for me, Lee Haight represents that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I learned a thing or two from Lee Haight as well. And I have to become a little bit more hustler myself. This type is pretty big in the roofing industry. You can spot a hustler right away. It's the person who usually does not have a lot of reviews. The sales will be big, but the quality of the product, the reputation of the company, usually not there. Think about customer service. That's my advice to you. Number 3, the storm chaser. Obviously, when we think about storm chaser, we probably think about someone like Anthony Delmedico, the guy who've been chasing storms for, 18, 20 years. This is the type who will go anywhere he can in the country to make $1. He's also a hustler and he also want to mobilize and be very aggressive on recruiting. Usually very bad work-life balance, business over anything, making dollar over anything. I want to warn you to go on this path because I rarely meet storm chasers who are truly happy. Usually high turnover, very poor reputation, very poor customer service. Ask them about their years in business, not about their sales. Ask about bankruptcies, ask about bills they couldn't pay, sales reps they didn't pay, because usually the biggest scandals in the roofing industries are around biggest name in storm chasing. Number 4, the marketing guy. First who comes to mind is Hunter Ballou. Hunter Ballou, his background is, he was building websites for roofing businesses. And to me, Hunter Ballou always will be the marketing guy, and nothing negative about it. I love what Hunter have done. This type, and I see quite a few marketers like Hunter who have been working with the roofers, have seen the opportunity, how much money is in the roofing business, and they went in and actually started a roofing business. For example, Joseph Hughes, I've been talking about starting a roofing business for over a year now. Joseph, comment below if you actually pulled the trigger. I actually like roofing businesses run by marketers because I find it much easier to learn the trade and other aspects of the business than learning marketing. Sales and installation part, how to organize crews, are a little bit easier to learn than learning how to be on the first page of Google. Marketers don't have good name in the roofing industry, and usually marketers have better side of the deal for themselves than for roofers. And to me personally, guys like Hunter, they can shed the light on bad and good practices within both marketing and roofing businesses. Number 5, branding guy. The way I've built my roofing business always been around the brand. I always been focused on reviews, vehicle wraps, websites, online presence. We always got tons of calls. I never door knock, so I'm that type. And this is what I understand, this is what I teach. I always start with a name and I end with a name. I love repeated business, I love dominating local area, and I love organic results. I always wanted people be able to find me, even at Roofing Insights today. We're not coming after you, we're serving you content that we know you want to watch, just like this video. So pause it if you like this, give it a like, subscribe, do what you have to do to help us to make more videos like this. Check out our roofing school. I teach this business every single day. I talk to students every single day, and I'm one of the mentors in the roofing industry, and my main focus is branding. Number 6, the number guy. 2 names that come here. One is Ethan Andis. He recently spoke at our Minneapolis business class for roofing contractors. And the second name here is Jon Paramore. So both guys are always talking about their numbers. They just understand numbers. And it doesn't matter if you're sitting in a sauna with them or if you at a class, they're always gonna talk about numbers. And I love business owners who knows their numbers. When you do know those numbers, you will absolutely always make right decisions and navigate your business in the right direction. Business model number 7, the hype guy. So the hype guy is the guy who knows how to motivate the crowd, like Wolf of Wall Street. If you think about that movie, the person who goes in front of everyone and everybody just cheers. When I think about who is in our industry who is truly hype guy, I'm thinking about Justin Casing, Able Restoration. You've seen the failure of restoration. They make documentaries about what went wrong, and beautifully done documentary. But that's the type. You know how to get the salespeople together, you know how to sell. Unfortunately, hype guy rarely knows other aspects or rarely good at other aspects of the business. Production, warranty calls, money management. So they do need help to balance their business. You can't just not brand yourself and expect people to remember you. You can't not know how to sell the job and rely on the quality of roof installation. So you have to have it all. It's not that hard to get the sales, to get the contracts, but to deliver them from A to B to Z, if you will, that's the art of business. And oftentimes, hype guy does not have it, but he can teach you how to build the hype, and that's not a bad thing. Number 8 on my list is the spender. Comes to mind Mike Powers, the guy who used to live in California, had a business in Minnesota, every year would screw a lot of salespeople out of money. And spender usually starts and grows and stays in business for himself. It's all about his boats, his lifestyle, what can he get out of this. Oftentimes I see just in Mike Powers and To Serve Contracting story, it's not about salespeople. He's gonna usually promise you mountains. He'll promise you the future. At the end, you're probably going to be working for minimum wage or will be grossly underpaid. People who worked for Mike Powers should be getting $150,000, $180,000 salaries or paid at the end of the year, and they were only pocketing and taking home $60,000, $80,000. Where did the money go? Well, if the owner is the spender, it will go towards his house, towards his ex-wife, towards his alimonies, towards his cars, towards his boats, toys, vacations, you name it. There's so many business owners who absolutely use and abuse their business and use their business account as a personal account. And my advice to you, don't be that guy. You have to pay yourself last. Your salespeople have to get paid first because they're bringing you jobs. Your suppliers have to be taken care of because you need materials. You have to take care of the homeowners and your crews. And if you do everything right, you will have plenty to spend. Don't be the spender guy. Number 9, no liability owner. On the mentor side, Jon Paramore comes in mind. I like how Jon Paramore wears "Own Your Shit" t-shirt, but he never owns his shit. And as a matter of fact, usually when people confront him, he would not respond. He would not take action of apologizing, even if he's completely wrong. He is true no liability owner. And there's many people who run their business like that. They don't want to have employees. Jon Paramore does not have employees. And it's funny to me because he is teaching people his services, recruiting people for others, recruiting employees. Yet his own employees who are not employees, who are 1099s, accusing him that what he does is illegal because he's forcing people to work for him to be 1099, but he's treating them like employees, but they don't have benefits of employees. And that's because he does not want to take liability. He does not want to take care of them. When employees confront them, he fires them. He doesn't want to talk with them, or even if they have been employees. We're entrepreneurs. If you're not taking risk, if you're not taking any liability, Jon Paramore, I just want to publicly call him out on false marketing campaigns he've done. He's been accused of offering truck to people. That never happened. He said that he sold his roofing company for $34 million. People questioned that. Like, you can't just go online and lie to people straight out. You have to think, why would people work for you? What's there for them? Especially if you're mentoring other people how to do it right. You cannot do it wrong and then block people who question your methods. And the last one today is always learning one-man show. Every year I meet hundreds of these guys. Been in business for 10, 20, 30 years. Always learning, always go to the conferences, never can break 500,000 or 600,000 or 300,000. Know it all, have heard it all, have seen it all. Maybe you've been installing for a few decades and you always want to own the business. 2022 is the time. With the power of your smartphone, with the power of internet, you can brand yourself so fast. I have seen so many companies go from $0 to $3, $4 million within a couple of years. They took action, they attended the class, they watched the video, they came home and they implemented it. So don't be one-man show for years because you just can't learn. Yes, you can. And it's not about what you know, it's about what you do. Please don't be always learning, become always implementing guy in this industry. You can improve by 1% every single day. Just do something better today than you did yesterday. Stop procrastinating. Roofing industry have gave me everything I have. I made more money in my roofing business than I did doing any videos, YouTube, any consulting, anything else. This is not even close to the money I have been making in the roofing business. And I have 5 kids. My wife did not have a job for like 10 years, or she was a stay-at-home mom. She worked harder than I did, but she did not have income. And today, if I would enter today, everything would be 3-4 times easier just because of the understanding, because the market have changed. And it's not that hard to build successful roofing business. You have to follow few simple steps, but you also have to be very careful who you follow, because some people in this industry will take your money. You can learn from everyone, but don't waste your time on the way to the top. Comment below what you think about this video. I apologize if I poke or got very personal with a few people. I had to say something to Jon Paramore. Stop respecting that guy a couple months ago over his stupid Facebook post about how we don't have war in Ukraine and some other crap. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. You're the biggest bullshitter, and I've tried to interview you for 2 years, and there's only few people in this industry who refuse an interview, you and Anthony Delmedica, and you guys worth each other. So those two, I don't recommend publicly. The rest of them, I don't think are bad guys. Comment below if you agree, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Dmitry, tell me why you think $5 million companies are the right size companies.
Well, you see, Lee, I was never able to go over 5 million.
Oh, Dmitry, but there is $10 million companies. Guys, would you rather have a $10 million company or a $5 million company?
No, we want 5. We want to make no money.
Okay, he says over here, depends on the profit. Good answer.
And I answer to that, I would rather to have profitable business, because when I was doing $5 million a year, I was making money. When Lee Heath was doing $10 million a year, he was losing $1 million.